Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. I got my little man Austin in the back. Hey, I just want to talk real quick about this off season and all the crazy news out there, and kind of, with the Cowboys actually doing something in free agency this year, which is not normal, and um, Jerry Jones being quiet this off season, which is not normal. But just first, I want to just address the elephant in the room. Just the crazy stuff going on I've been hearing. Like, people posting about Dak Prescott getting traded to the Browns. Like, come on now. Like, first of all, why would he want to go there? Two, why would he want to go to the Browns? Why would he want to go? Dak Prescott has always said he wanted to be with this team till he retired. He did say that. And when have you ever seen a Dallas Cowboy team not have their franchise quarterback stay with the team and retire with the team? All of their franchise quarterbacks have been with the team. So what makes you think that first of all, another thing is he has a no trade clause in his contract. So it would be his decision if he were to get traded. That's how that clause works. So that's one. Hold on. Almost. And with that being said, stop listening to that crap. That's one reason why I slowed down on my content, because one, I got a lot going on in my life, but I'll explain to you guys once I get back to doing my live streams. But with that being said, hold on, almost done. With that being said, yeah, kids get restless. You know how that goes. But yeah, I just took him to the park. I thought he'd be chill by now, but you know how 5-year-olds are. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I just feel like hearing all this news, I'm like, yo, people are just clickbaiters at this point. They just want somebody to hear them speak, right? They're doing it. Y'all would never see me do anything for clickbait. The only acceptable clickbaiting is when you're clickbaiting and you're explaining a topic. Like, for instance, if somebody, so like with the Browns thing, like if I were to clickbait, be like, Dak to the Browns, ? And then you watch my video and I explain to you why that's dumb. That's not clickbait. That's me explaining that's acceptable clickbait. But to talk about it and put it out there and it not be that, or you're not even talking about that at all. Like, I've seen some of the erroneous things out here in people's videos, and I'm just like, come on now, like, this is why everybody can't have a YouTube channel. It's crazy. But that's neither here nor there. Then there's this. Then I see Stephen A. Smith talking about LeBron James. Talking about something, I would have swung on him. I was like, bruh, you capping. You ain't swinging on LeBron James, bro. Like, come on, Stephen A. I know you got a little bit more common sense than that, Stephen A. Sat down somewhere, Stephen A. Go on, sit down. You're not an athlete. You are a sports writer and analyst and whatever media talk person. That's all you are. Do what you do. Stay out of that. LeBron should have knocked you out. I would have knocked him out. Not LeBron, him. Bro, you not swinging on LeBron, bro. First of all, LeBron, you see LeBron's reach? That boy gonna come down on you like the Thor hammer. Bow! And it's over. So, stop the cap, sir. Anyway, back to the Cowboys. So, real quick, I'm gonna try to make it quick because my son's being restless. I just want to talk about this because it's been on my mind. It's just been a lot going on. What are the Cowboys' needs still left, right? We know that there's still some people they can go out and get. There's people they can still go out and get. Watch your video. There's people they can still go out and get. There's people that there's people still out there, and then a part of your draft needs, right? The whole reason why you go into free agency is so you don't go into the draft in a position where, like, you got to get this and you got to get that, because we know how the draft is. It's a luck of the draw. It's like the lottery, you know. A first round pick could be a bust. A seventh round pick can be a future Hall of Famer. You never know. You never know what that person's going to be like when they get into the NFL. So, I say that to say, what are the Cowboys' biggest needs right now going into the draft, right? Even with us getting traded for the boy Kyer Elam, the cornerback, we still need more corners because we don't know how healthy Trayvon Diggs is going to be. And again, there's been talk about that too, about whether he's still going to be on the team or not. And there's just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of this going on in the background. Kalen Carson's coming off of his injury, so we don't know how 100% he's going to be. So, and then you lost Jordan Lewis. You lost your slot player, right? So a lot of people be like this, well, I wouldn't have signed Osa, I would have got him. So in free agency, it was either re-sign Osa or re-sign Jordan Lewis, right? Who's the bigger loss? And I would say they made the right decision with Osa. Not saying, I love Jordan Lewis, and I messaged him saying, like, bro, on X, saying like, bro, I appreciate you being here. I understand that you did a hometown discount for 10 years and it's time for you to roll. He had to get his bag. He went and got his bag. He went to Jaguars. It is what it is. I feel like you could find another slot corner faster than you could find a good defensive tackle, because we already lost in that defensive tackle. You don't want to be worse than what we were, right? Re-signing Osa was a smart thing to do because you need defensive tackle. You need to stop the run, right? You need somebody there to help Mozzie. So that's a step, right? You got Solomon. You got you're getting some more guys to come in there to help. You can get some more in the draft. So I think with that helps the defensive tackle. You can find a slot guy in the draft, or you can go find one in free agency. But I just feel like the defensive line, the trenches, are more important. You got to make sure your trenches are tight. That's how the Cowboys won the Super Bowl in the 90s. One, there was no salary cap. Two, trenches. Their trenches were great. Their defensive line was a beast. Their offensive line was a wall, historically. So understand that, like, that's how you build your team, from the trenches out. So, because let's be honest with you, there's teams that won the Super Bowl that don't have great cornerbacks, but they got trenches, and they got guys that get to the quarterback. How did the Eagles win? They got to Pat Mahomes. They got in his face. Pat Mahomes couldn't do nothing. That's how the Eagles won it. So that's how we need to do it as well. So trenches first, then you're back in. Because again, we talked about this. You can't have a steak on every plate. You got to have complimentary dishes. So that's that. So corner, I don't know what they're going to do with Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker. I don't know if they plan on keeping them for the future, but you could get a safety too. Definitely another defensive tackle, running back, wide receiver. You need a number 2 because you lost Brandon Cooks. Now, I would have loved to see Brandon Cooks come back on this team. I was sad that he went to the Saints, which was the team that he got drafted to. I'm sad that a lot of people were like, oh, well, you know, I'm glad that Cooks is gone. Nah, look, I wanted to see what he looked like in this new offense, in Shotty's new offense, right? Because when we look at this season coming in, I'm not looking to say, oh, well, we're going to make a deep run in the playoffs and stuff like that. This is an evaluation year for me, right? Because everything changed. You got a new head coach. You got a new defensive coordinator. And you got to look at some of these defensive guys on this team. They've never had a defensive coordinator for more than a season. Look at Overshown. He's had 3 defensive coordinators since he's been here. So, or 2, whatever. But still, like, at the same time, well, it'll be 3 with Eberflus. But when you keep changing your systems and stuff like that, that messes with the players. So you have to understand that, like, I think this year is going to be more evaluation year. And if they do better than expected, then by all means, run the table. But get the players for Dak. Get the players on defense and do what you need to do. Do the smart thing. Get a running back in the draft. Like I talked about, I'm going to do a mock draft before the draft. If Ashton Genty is not there, take McMillan. If McMillan's not there, a lot of people say that Omarion Hampton is too rich for 12. But I've seen him play, and I like Omarion Hampton. I would take him at 12 if there's nobody else available. My thing is, if your guy is not available at that time, BPA, best player available, right? Best player available. I'm doing a video, Austin. Best player available. So BPA is important because again, we talked about having things in doing things in free agency. They went and got Jack Sanborn. They went and got your boy Murray from the Titans. I like these linebackers. I think these linebackers are going to play very well in this system. They did their thing to get these linebackers because they don't know how long it's going to take for Overshown to get back, and they don't know what they really got with Damone Clark right now. So, and I don't think they're going to bring back Kendricks. So you got a young guy in Leofau, so you need all of these guys to continue to maturate. And I think with these young guys mixed in with Sanborn and Murray, I think this linebacker crew gonna be good. They're gonna be good. And then when Overshown come back, ooh yeah, I like that. They went and got Dante Fowler back. Wonderful, to help Micah. So, even with the loss of D-Law, that should help. Draft another one. I'm looking to see what Sam Williams could do when he gets back off of injury. So, we're looking for reinforcements to come back off of injury, but you still have to have parameters in place and set just in case they're not ready. And that's what the draft is for, and that's what free agency is for. I think we still need to get a wide receiver. I think Keenan Allen's still out there. I would love to see Amari Cooper come back. You just need a number 2. You know what I mean? And still draft a wide receiver. Picks 1 and 2, either wide receiver, running back, defensive tackle, corner. Those are your top. So, with that being said, man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. It's your boy E2 Blue with my main man Austin. He's restless. Let me go get him some food because you know how kids are. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy E2 Blue. Always keeping it real. Peace.